Hi, this is Tanya with Texas Turner Rascals, and I gave this baby a bath. If y'all remember me doing the open video and letting you know that it did smell like cigarettes, but I was aware when it was coming, so I was able to do proper protocol for me not getting sick. I gave him a bath. It was a very fast video. I didn't mean to put it in like a fast mode, and I didn't be able to fix it. So, with that being said, I'm hoping that it's not going to do it again. There we go, some little bit of more view here. Pull it up there. There you go. So what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to show you what I did in this bath and what I used for the cigarettes. And I also pulled out his eyelashes because we are going to be opening his eyes. This is a silicone Lulu sculpt, it looks like. But I used this. I used the Aveeno Baby. You can use anything you want as far as baby shampoo or soap. But then the main thing that you want to be able to use that actually gets rid of this cigarette smoke in silicone as well as vinyl is I use this super strength. It's perfect choice. The only way you can really get it is a prescription. I have an ileostomy, so I do have one. This is non-toxic. It destroys odor-causing bacteria. It's new advanced state-of-the-art formula. Dual-action liquid deodorant formulated to destroy odors. And if it can destroy odors in an ostomy pouch, just imagine what it can do. Cat pee, cigarettes, mold smell, things like that I've been able to take out completely from vinyl and silicone that I'm working with today. And with this, all you do is you're going to squirt about 4 to 12 drops, depending on how it really smells. I usually go for the 12 drop one because it just makes sure it gets good in there. You're going to run your water however you want to. Plug the sink and run your water. Then you're going to put about 4 to 12 drops. It's okay if you end up putting a little bit more because it is non-toxic. It does not ruin the vinyl. It does not ruin the silicone. It does not ruin the paints, as you see. You'll be able to see here. So I gave him a bath, just in a regular bath. You'll see probably a speed video later where it looks like I was on some like major fast speed. But yeah, you put that in there and then you just give him a bath the regular way. Make sure you get everything, head to toe, cracks and crevices. I use these pee pad things, not the puppy ones, but the actual ones you find in the incontinence area, because the puppy pads tend to have that little fiber fur thing that gets on them, and you don't want that. Also keeping its jiggly bits cleaned and dry and covered so that Facebook does not tag you on that. Some of my supplies that I like to keep handy are, I love these. I got these from Honey Buns as well. That's where I got all my waterborne paints and things like that. I've had a lot of people ask me where I've been getting my paints and what I use. It is the waterborne, and I only do those waterborne acrylic air dry because that has been my favorite to go to. But these have the little flat ends as well as the pointed ends, so you can get in their nose, you can get in their ears, you can get in the mouth, you can get anywhere that has little cracks and crevices. We are also going to be doing the eye opening here with the X-Acto knife. We are also going to be doing the matting with the powder. We haven't chosen the eyes yet that we're going to use, but we have these two. We have like 4 to choose from, so I haven't really chosen the eyes that I want yet. So there's that. I'm really liking these right here and these right here. I'm probably going to go with the ones in the green because I really like that hazel gray. If you're wondering where these came from, it's from Miss Cindy Rain Wilworth. She makes them herself. So they are not mass produced, and each and every one of them she does individually. So they are customized to your wanting and needing for whatever doll you're going to put it in. So with that being said, I already gave him a bath. He's still, needing dried off, of course. So I'm going to take these right here, these little Q-tip thingies, and I'm going to take the pointed part, and I'm just going to get up in the nose Just turn them like that so that you get it all nice and clean, because you do not want any wet spots. You can use these, like I said, you can use the pointy part, you can use the mouth, you can get everywhere you need to get, and you don't have to worry about all that mold and mildew and things like that. He does have a textured tongue, so which is really, really cute. Then you can also get like in between their toes, their fingers, just everywhere that whenever you're actually wiping them down is not going to get. Let's see. I know I say a lot, y'all, so just bear with me. I'm not doing this live because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But I will be showing it and sending it to my group for videos. I also do it on my YouTube channel, which is Tanya Texas Turner Rascals, as well as my TikTok, which is Texas Turner Rascals. But see, like that's just so easily gotten through there with these little Q-tip things, and you don't have to worry about, if you missed a spot, the little flat parts can go like under their armpits or anywhere else you need them to go. And then their ears as well. You want to make sure you get everything. This also works on rooted dolls, so if you don't want to take the hair out, like I'm only taking it out because I'm redoing it. He was not rooted, but he did have eyelashes, and because I am opening his eyes, I just took his eyelashes out before a bath. And then that's all you do. Just let them completely either air dry or pat dry. Do not rub them because it will, I don't know if it really honestly will because I don't do it, but I'm told it can ruin the paint and it can do other things, other damage. So just like when you're giving yourself a bath and you pat dry, that's really all you have to do. And I have this little handy dandy thingy here, which you don't have to have. I just have it because it helps me put him in positions that I need. But yes, that is it on these. Also with the vinyls, if you're going to want to do a vinyl instead of a silicone with this stuff, all you literally do is take everything apart, including the body, dump everything out, rinse those things out first, and then do Dawn. And then you want to add this to it between 4 and 12 drops. I go with the 12 if it really smells like smoke and pee, cat pee, anything like that, it will get it out. And then you just mix it up in your water, and then you go about doing what you're doing with your baby with their soap and everything else. Then what you're going to want to do is take everything out after you rinse it really well, and that includes if they're rooted, and then you want to hang everything to dry in a position that all that water can come out. I don't really recommend the blow dryer method. I would do air dry because that way you can make sure. And also if you use a fan up in there, then as long as you're turning it in different positions as you're blowing it, or else it only gets that area dry. If the phone rings, I will have to go because it is going to be my boyfriend Tommy. I do have one of those now that I haven't had in years, so bear with me. I'm still learning the ropes with that. And he does accept my dolls. He does everything, so he's really cool. But yeah, I've completely dried him. I'm going to be opening his eyes. It usually does not take me very long to do, but we are going to do it together. I'm going to flip him around so you can actually see what I'm doing, because I know my hands are going to be on that. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is show you as I do it. I don't know if it's going to be these eyes or these eyes. I really think he would look really cute with these eyes. I'm going for the round and not the oval ones because I think they set better, but this is called a medium light blue. But that, and they're 18 millimeters, and they say that 18-inch babies can take 18 millimeters, so we're going to see. It's a trial by error kind of thing, but these are the ones that I am going to pick. Also, as well as a drinking wet. So I'll also be doing like a little active voice box that I can add to his little diaper thing. Let's see, there's all kinds of things you can do with these. But let's go ahead and get started. You're going to have some handy dandy scissors, which are my unicorns. And I'm going to have my X-Acto knife. And make sure when you are switching over from silicone to vinyl, you completely use different tools. You do not want to use the same tools at all, because there can be a cross-contamination of anything that you have and you not know it. So you want a very, very pointy and very, very sharp X-Acto knife. Now the way I start this on here is I'm going to go to the furthest eye that you can see, and all I'm going to do is just make little dots. Just poke little dots, just like you're doing a little dot-to-dot thing. Because what that does is it will help you not cut too hard and not too far. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're just going to go with the little, let me see if I can get this up here. Hold on just a second. Okay. Let's see. See? Little dots. I know you can't hear me. But yes, you're just going to go little dots and then make sure you cover it up so I don't get in trouble. But yes, use only that little point. And sometimes I get these done pretty quick, y'all. Like within like 10 minutes, sometimes I have eyes already in them. So, yeah. So just literally the little dot to dot. And then you're going to go into the other eye. I do the same thing when I'm opening mouths or anything else, y'all. Just the little dot to dot methods. I haven't seen any videos on this part because it's hard to find videos on some of the things that they do to these silicone babies. The same thing with freckles. It was hard for me to find anything on freckles, so I just like trial by error, use different colored paints. Then I found where I mixed a brown. It was kind of a darkish brown with a maroonish auburn, burnt umber, something like that. I can't remember what it is. But I'm going to show you this. See how you can see the little dot to dot thingies? That's all you want to start out with. And then you're just going to go right back through it. And that literally just keeps you from cutting too much of that baby's eye. But don't get scared, y'all, because you can have seal epoxy handy. It is expensive, but it is handy, and you want to keep that around in case you do make mistakes, because we are only human. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing this for 2 years or 15 years. I have seen artists, like, really, even like whenever they're doing the drinking wet systems. So far, I have not had anything come from the back part or anything like that, thank goodness. But not saying it won't never happen. But yeah, so that's all you're going to do is just go dot to dot and then go back through that same layer, going back and forth. I'll show you in just a second. Just a second here. I found me an eyelash. And sometimes it happens when they're rooted and there's some stuck in there. Don't worry about that. Just get them out. No big deal. See, you just want to do a little at a time. And most of the time when I'm doing them like these, I don't have to take any out. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It just really depends on how the eye sits in there and how you do. But if you have a very sharp X-Acto knife and you're working with it slowly, usually you don't have to. It'll just pop in there. Check that out. It's the eyeball that is coming along. And I got a little bit of more eyelash, but we got that out. And all you're going to do is just go back and forth. And then when it gets to a little bit of a way where you think it's going to be okay, then you want to take your eyes and check those out. And I'll show you what else I do in there to hold those eyes in so you don't have to glue them. And if you feel like changing them out. Okay. So I think I've got it as deep as I want it at this moment to match. So now I'm going to go down here. I have an eye opener, but it's for bigger eyes. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull down that little eyeball down there. And you're going to open it with this other hand. So, because especially if you ain't got nobody else to help you. Ain't got no. If you don't have anyone else to help you. You're going to pull that eye completely down. Don't worry about ripping it, it's not going to. And then use your other hand to kind of push back on the head. And then make that little slit from the inside of the eye right here. You don't want to cut into outside. You just want to cut like a little pocket kind of thing. And what that does is it will actually hold your eye in without tearing your little eye up. But yeah, see, that is just a little pocket. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. My phone is bouncy. Let's see, just a little pocket there. So you have your eye opening, and then you have your little pockets. And you're just going to go, like I said, you don't want to cut this part. You want to cut this part. So you're going to pull down and just cut a little pocket all the way across. That is it. And you're going to do the same thing with the other eye. So it kind of looks kind of like a little bag of an eye. Like, that's all it is. Those are literally the only 2 cuts that I've made so far in here. Going across and going this way. And my phone likes to bounce because it's on this other tripod thing that I'm not too crazy about. But it works whenever it's over me. So again, you're just going to pull back on the head and pull back down on the eye. And just slowly that little pocket. You do not want to cut on the outside, only the inside. And I can show you that with the vinyl of what I'm doing because it's easier to show on that because I do the same thing when I'm making the eyes on a vinyl. Especially if I'm the one making them. Because I like to open babies' eyes. I don't know, I have this thing, I guess I like doing it, I don't know. So that's probably why I do it. Okay. Now, I'm going to lift him up and show you what I did. Hopefully I won't hit that thing. There we go. I'm going to see his little pocket there. And you will not be able to see that. I did not cut any on the lid at all. Got the little pocket there. I think you can see that better. And then you have the little crack here that you can see. Same thing on this one. You've got the little pocket. And if you want to pull those out, you can, but I don't because you can actually use them to your best advantage. And you're going to get that one. So we've got eyes and pockets. This one needs a little bit more pocket because it's got some strand still there. So I'm just going to go in and cut that just a tiny bit more. But as you see, just slow and steady because you do not want to cut the actual baby on the outside. I know you can fix them, but why fix them if you don't have to? That's the way I see it. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's a nice eyeball. And then got one more little spot here. I don't even put the whole X-Acto knife in there. I just use the little pointy part. Literally. Just that little pointy part. And then I clean it up a little bit. And then same thing with this one. Just make sure I got it. Well, that's really nice. Now to try it out, we're going to take an eye. Because just know that this is our first layers here. So we may have to go a little deeper. That's okay though. You'd rather start a little than a lot. You can always take more off. It's hard to put back in. Well, it's really not, but you know, why put it in if you don't have to? Now, these are size 18. I may have to do a 16, but we are about to find out. We're going to try and see what we have here. And then that will give me also what I need to do. And that is way too big. So yes, we will go down. No biggie. Because he does have tiny eyes and eye sockets. Now some preemies and stuff can handle an 18, but I think this one is going to be doing better with a 16. So we shall find a tiny pair of 16s. I may not have any left of Cindy's, so I may have to just improvise with my other ones until I get some other eyes from her. I go through eyes like crazy from her. absolutely love her work. And if I get eyes for every one of my dolls, I probably will change them all out, to be honest. Okay, I think I found one. Nope, these are 18s. Well, poop. So I will have to get some different eyes, y'all, because I need a 16 with him. I don't want him bug-eyed. I mean, if you want him bug-eyed, you can have him because he would be yours. But personally, I don't. So, because he's mine, I'm going to go with the smaller eyes. Because it will look more natural. I just don't know which eyes I want. Let's see what we got here. What we got here is a failure to communicate. Oh, there's some, but I don't like those. I'm very picky, y'all, when I'm doing these things, so just bear with me. Because with him being those small eyes, I may end up going a slanted ones, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna see what I like. That may be too small, but we're gonna sit that there. It's called, yeah, that's a little bit too big. So literally, it's just a kind of a guess and check what you got. Luckily, I have eyes of all size. It's just when I have to change them out or whatever, then I'll have to find ones that I like. So this video is probably going to be a little bit longer because I wasn't expecting not to have the eyes out that I wanted. And I think I found them though. I think I like these. If they're the same. They are not, but I like these. So I found an eye that I really like. Now I just got to find the other eye. Isn't that crazy? Is that it? I don't know. I don't think so. No, it is not. It's not even the right size. So I want this one right here, and I think I found them. Let's see. It may be in a different size. I did find it, but it's in the wrong size. Tiddly farts. Well, I'll be darned. There's some really pretty blue ones, but I don't want the blue ones. I want the other ones. So, as I'm sitting here throwing a fit because I can't find the eye I want, it happens. There's another gray eye, but I don't want gray eyes. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. Just bear with me, and we shall get through this together. I have a huge box of eyes, y'all. I also have these kind of eyes as well. They're vintage eyes, and they're little brown ones. But I don't know. I'll set those to the side just in case we try those and we don't like them. Never know. Not with me anyway. You just never know. Okay. I should have these in a little container, but I don't. There they are. Okay. Here's a little container that I need to put them in, by the way. So it's not because I don't have the containers, it's just because I have not put them in there. It happens. Oh, those are cute. Those are 12s, though. I don't know if those would be too small or not. I can always check. This video can be as long or as short, really, as you want it, because it's your video. So, aha, I think I found it. I did. Now, those are pretty. Let me show you what I got here. These are the eyes I think I'm going to try and see if those work. If not, we have other options, so there's no panic. We're going to bounce around, I guess, because I popped that thing. around. Let's sit this over here. And I'm going to see if this is the right size or if it needs more cutting or what have you. Because we want to make sure it sets in there really nice and not all bug-eyed. I really like how the round ones sit in their eyes, but we're gonna try this one, and I think that is okay, but not what I like. So no, we do not like that. And see, if you cut them the way like this, you don't end up tearing them all up when you're moving in and out eyes, so they can be very well adjusted. I think we're gonna try the little ones, the round ones. We've got these and we got those, so let's try these. That's the thing about when you're doing artistry and stuff, you try, and then you find out what you like, and then you go from there. Now this one may have to be, no, that's not the right size. Okay, that's all I needed to know. We're gonna open these. They're called fantasy eyes. I got these from an artist that was either going out of business or just wanted to get rid of all her vintage stuff. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I do a lot of trades and things like that, so I can never really remember where everything comes in. So we're going to try this, and I may have to make more cuts because of the eye that I chose. So, yeah, I don't like them. I told you I'm picky, so I apologize about that. Let's see, the X-Acto knife. I mean, like I said, it's your baby. You can fix it how you want. Squeeze their face a little bit. Just kind of making sure that little pocket, I need a little bit deeper. Try not to cut yourself because you can. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot nicer. And you got more movement there. Same thing with this one. Okay. And with that one. Alright, now I can try those eyes. Because these have the little stem thingies. So you got to make room for that stem thingy, or else your eyes are going to look really, really weird. And you don't want it to look like that. You want it to you want it to sit right. I have a lot of fun, y'all, with doing this because you can make them look all kinds of wickedness. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Oh, yeah. Just even that extra cutting and stuff made these eyes that I actually chose the first time to work in there. There we go, little man. Let's get you another eye. Let's see if this one worked too. We'll work it in there. I don't want the sleepy high look. I just want you to look nice. Okay. Now this is just going to be a trial by error thing, y'all. So I'll be working back and forth with how I want to set his eyes. But for now, this just kind of gives you an idea. You can take them out, fix them all you want. Then you can just work with them and fix them how you want them to be. Whether you want them to look cross-eyed, side-eyed, just go in there and wiggle it around. Alright, but he does have eyes. And let's see, 50 million eyes is about away. I'm going to show you what he looks like. And this isn't a permanent thing right now, y'all. This is just a try thing to see how I like this way. And he will be, rooted and everything else. So let's turn him around. First we need to put a diaper on him because Facebook says so. So let's do that so you don't see him. I put my arm there. Alright, little man. And he does not smell like cigarettes at all, y'all. None. So that's awesome sauce. Let's The word me and Emily like to use a lot. Alright, little man. Don't know what his name is going to be, so we'll see. But let's turn him around and show you what we've got so far. I don't know how long it took. I think it took like a half an hour. Usually it doesn't take that long, but you know, when you're trialing, airing, and all that stuff, you want to check it out. You can, like I said, you can just move his eyes around how you want. It's not going to hurt it. Because I did not cut out here, it's all that inner, so it's not going to be popping out once you do set them. That's the awesome part about it, because sometimes when you're doing these silicone, as soon as you put their eyes in, they want to pop out. Well, if you do that little pocket that I showed you, they will not pop out. I didn't do any cutting on the top rims here inside. I only did the middle part, and then I did the little eyelid pockets. So, as you see, he's got his eyes, and you can move him around however you want. No cuts, no tears. He's got his little mouth. He's got a little textured tongue in there. And he does have a drinking wet. So that is him. And then you'll stay tuned to see him rooted and to see what other eyes I decide to put in him. Because I know those are not going to be my final ones. But that is him. And I don't know what to name him. So if y'all want to name him, put them in the comments and let me know. And also, if there's anything you would like to see in my videos, let me know that as well. So I will be doing tonight with Miss Lisa, putting together Miss Angel hair that I've worked on. There she is. So she will be put together tonight, I think, while she's at work. We're going to go on phone videos and do it together. I didn't do this live, like I said, because I didn't know if I was going to be getting calls during the time or what. But he has his eyes, and now all we got to do is root his hair. But we're going to go ahead and dress him because he's been through enough today. And you can always root hair. All you got to do is put plastic around him, so you don't even have to worry about just doing that. So we have little dinosaurs, this one or this one. That's Satan to nature. We're not going to do that one. We're going to do the dinosaurs because we have his little britches and a little dinosaur on the butt. Right there on the tuchus. So, y'all stay tuned. Going to just be dressing him. If you want to watch that, that's fine. I don't care. But like I said, if you want anything that you want me to do on video or learn about, whether it be paints, piercings, because I do I do ear piercings, I do rooting, I do all dolls. I do not specify which dolls, y'all, because I've had a lot of people tell me, well, most people will not do replicas or anything like that, or even vintage dolls because they're scared that they're going to mess them up or something. I do. I've done restorations from a lot. So with that being said, I'm going to have to get him ready, and I'm going to have to get the phone. So y'all have a great day. This is Tanya, Texas Turner Rascal, signing out.